And we are back at the start of the second half. Middle Tennessee takes over possession of the ball on their own 25-yard line. Some first half stats. We have Mike DiLiello came in the game at the end for took over from Nicholas Vadiato, and it would appear he's still in the game. And he just ran the ball up through the middle of the field. Through the first half, Vadiato finished with 105 yards and DiLiello with 11 yards. Whereas for FAU, Nkosi Perry, 133 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Just checking in there to make sure you guys can hear us. Just a little heads up, my laptop is quickly dying, so we'll see if we get through this whole second half maintaining on the laptop. We're sitting at a 37%. Worst case scenario, we're going to go over to my phone. However, Middle Tennessee just picked up another first down, and they onto that first down play, they pass the ball out left, hits his wide receiver with a pretty decent gain of 10 yards on the play. However, 2 flags end up being thrown. Jalen Lane with the catch there. However, might come back for an offensive holding. A personal foul, hands to the face penalty. That was on number 9, Jaron Pierce there, outside for the block. Guy's hand underneath the face mask. Worse than a holding call. Instead of a 10-yard, is a 15-yard penalty, bringing Middle Tennessee back to their own 29-yard line. Some other first-half stats: leading receiving for University of Middle Tennessee, Jalen Lane, 3 catches for 26 yards. Isaiah Gathings had 2 for 22. As the ball is attempted to be hit quickly out wide, pass not completed. DiLiello is staying in the game. The more rushing-oriented quarterback who is more looking to use his wheels than he is throwing. However, came out there on the first down play, misses the throw. We are now going to have 2nd and 21 for FAU rushing, leading rusher Johnny Ford, 47 yards, with Chaton Mobley, 22 yards. Now, Middle Tennessee comes out, shotgun formation. Number 12, DiLiello, rolls to his right, attempts to hit his receiver, number 81, CJ Wyndham, does not come down with a catch to bring up a 3rd and 21.
And that was just a horrible throw. It looks like he wasn't even trying to hit a receiver yet, trying to hit the ground. He felt a little pressure as his back leg was tapped, and he just let go, not aiming to hit anyone.
FAU with great pressure there. DiLiello was able to get to the outside, attempt the pass, however, nothing there. DiLiello able to get FAU to jump off sides, tries to hit a man deep, leading to nothing, though. That was number 7. Yeah, number 7, Chase Lasater, the redshirt junior from Orange Park, Florida, jumped off sides there. So instead of being 4th down after the incompletion, it's going to be a replay of 3rd down, 5 yards closer to the first down. Now 3rd and 16. Still should be a down, which FAU is able to convert and hold this Middle Tennessee team to a 4th down. The big man, number 8, Evan Anderson, who we've seen get multiple pressures on the quarterback in that first half, checks back into the ball game. Ball snapped, DiLiello drops back. Good pressure by FAU. He chucks the ball deep. The receiver in the corner collide. No call on the play. Middle Tennessee coaching staff and players looking for a penalty. However, it would seem to be players just got their feet tangled up. 4th down now by this FAU defense, able to get Middle Tennessee off the field, bring on the punting crew.
I'm honestly personally surprised that wasn't a penalty. More of a collide. I thought it was almost like a little push-up by the FAU defender.
It could have been, but the ref, who was on top of the play, standing right there, deemed that it was non-intentional and that it was just a collision of the two. We're going to have 4th and 16 on the Middle Tennessee 34-yard line. The ball is snapped. The punt is up in the air. A good punt This time, LaJohntay Webster calls for the fair catch on his own 21-yard line, which we will see FAU come out now after only a minute and 26 seconds coming off the clock. FAU takes over possession now, already with a 2-score lead, looking to now grow their lead.
Middle Tennessee, they were like, let's get there after that last punt return by LaJohntay Webster.
We even saw one of the defenders attempt to throw one of FAU's own men into LaJohntay. It did not work. LaJohntay getting the fair catch on his own 20-yard line. Where Nkosi sets up shotgun formation, Johnny Ford alongside him to his right. Ford rolls out to the right. Nkosi fakes a pass to the left, gets a block. If he's able to make the man miss, he can maybe get a little bit more yards than he did. However, it is a gain of 10 on the play, which does bring up a first down. So ultimately a good rush by Nkosi Perry. Johnny Ford was swung out to the right, picks up the block on the corner out wide. The entire pocket rolled right with him, and he was able to take advantage of his speed, gets the outside for a first down. Again, the same play, Nkosi. However, this time he fakes the run, has Johnny Ford deep down the middle, hits him. Johnny Ford makes one man miss, fumbles the ball, jumps back on top of it with a huge gain down to the Middle Tennessee 31-yard line.
What a beautiful play.
Liz, we saw multiple times in the first half, FAU go through repetitive plays on back-to-back plays. However, this time they faked the repetitive play. It looked like Nkosi was going to go for another run. Johnny Ford set up for the block, got off the block, and ran down the middle of the field, got a pickup of about 40 there on the pass.
Definitely, and I think everyone besides the people that knew about the play, FAU, everyone in here was tricked. We all thought it was going to be the same play.
I was fully expecting now James Charles comes back in. Nkosi hands the ball off to number 82, Jaquan Burton, and looked like Jaquan was trying to throw it back, possibly to Nkosi, possibly deep down the field. He had Willie Wright down the middle of the field. However, it is a huge loss there on first down. Loss of 14, bringing up 2nd and 24.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily seem like a miscommunication, but it seemed like a whoops and a mess up.
It looks like a play that, we saw the trick play result in a touchdown in the first half. This trick play ultimately leading to a huge loss, bringing FAU back to the Middle Tennessee 45-yard line. Because he snaps the ball, Johnny Ford alongside him to his right, hits Johnny down in the flat. Johnny makes one man miss and is ultimately stopped for a gain of 3 on the play. This is going to bring up a 3rd and 20. FAU has the ball on the Middle Tennessee 41-yard line. Johnny Ford stays in the game. We have Jaquan Burton here on the right. LaJohntay Webster, Zaire Mitchell-Patton, and Willie Wright out to the left. Johnny Ford alongside Nkosi to his right.
And they almost got a false start.
Johnny switches from the right to the left, trips to his left. Nkosi snaps the ball immediately, looks to his left, gets the quick hit, hits his man, is able to run, gets in space, gets the outside. LaJohntay Webster, one man to beat the end zone, gets pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Huge play there by FAU.
That was such a huge play. And just imagine if he wasn't near by the side, he probably could have broke up and went in for the touchdown.
This wide receiver screen, LaJohntay Webster caught the ball out wide left, and instead of cutting out, he cut back towards the middle of the field, had a huge lane to run up the middle. Now we see FAU go quick. Nkosi hands it off to Johnny Ford, tries to make one man miss. However, great play by the Middle Tennessee defensive lineman to stop Johnny Ford there. But wow, LaJohntay Webster has been explosive in the first half. We saw the kick return. We saw the touchdown. Now they're on a screen pass behind the line of scrimmage, is able to be taken for 35 yards, almost 1st and goal. However, it's set down the 11-yard line. Now FAU will be setting up 2nd and 8 from the Middle Tennessee 8-yard line. Johnny Ford stays in the game alongside Nkosi to his left. Nkosi calls for LaJohntay Webster. LaJohntay Webster gets the ball, hands it off to Jaquan Burton, who passes it to Nkosi Perry. However, it is an incomplete pass. Sorry, that was Brandon Robinson who attempted to pass the ball. That looked like it was the same exact play as the trick play, which was stopped for a loss of 14. That time, it was a lot more clean. The pass was able to get in the air. Nkosi Perry not a wide receiver at the end of the day.
Not
Couldn't
at all.
come up and make the. It would have had to been for a quarterback a spectacular catch. I wasn't able to get it. And
Almost
did
like a
take,
Philly.
Yeah, it pretty much was the Philly that we saw in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, having a cozy shotgun formation. Gives us to LeJohntay Webster, who is a little shuffle pass for 2 yards on the play, bringing the ball down to the 7-yard line, bringing up 4th down. FAU bringing on the kicking team to try to restore a 14-point lead.
I almost want to go back to that Philly like play. Was it that it was a tad overthrown, or like Nkosi just didn't get out there to make the catch?
It did look a tad overthrown, but it's hard to ask for perfection where you're reversing the passing and catch operation, where the wide receiver throwing to the quarterback. You can't ask for perfection. You just kind of hope it works out. However, now 4th down, Aaron Shariari comes out for the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. Straight down the middle. FAU restores a 14-point lead. 9 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. FAU has the lead 17-3 over Middle Tennessee. FAU did a great job driving the ball downfield after stopping Middle Tennessee on Middle Tennessee's first drive. FAU got the ball down the 20-yard line, had a few good plays to start off the drive. We saw Nkosi Perry with a 10-yard QB scramble out to the right, which then set up on the very next play a fake scramble to the right where Johnny Ford faked the block, hit up the sidelines. Nkosi was able to hit him for a 40-yard gain. Then the FAU continued to drive down within the 10-yard line just to be stopped. Got the field goal, got the points, which is pretty important, getting a 14-point lead now. However, we will be going to break as FAU is up 17-3, 9 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. We will be right back. All right. And we are back. Jacob, I hope you enjoyed that special request.
I hope you saw my football earrings, Jacob.
Jacob, I hope you saw her football earrings. Aaron Shahari kicks the ball deep, goes to the back of the end zone where Middle Tennessee will be taking over the ball at the 25-yard line. FAU's defense has done a great job at holding this Middle Tennessee offense. Only 2 drives in the first half. We were able to get past the 50-yard line. Still have yet to allow a touchdown. Now with, I believe, the quarterback, number 12, Mike DiLiello, staying in the game, the more mobile quarterback for this Middle Tennessee offense. DiLiello lines up shotgun formation with number 34, Amir Rasul, alongside him. Tosses it to number 83, who tosses it to number 89, who is able to get into space, has a block, misses the tackle on the FAU defender, and he is still going down to the FAU 20-yard line. Is finally tackled.
OMG.
Number 89, Yusuf Ali. The play was snapped to Mike DiViello, who handed it off to Jalen Lane. Going to his right, Jalen Lane was going to his right, handed it off to number 89, Yusuf Ali, who's able to flip the field position, taking from the Middle Tennessee 25 to the FAU 20. Now Mike DiViello snaps the shotgun formation, elects to keep it. This time results in only a gain of 2.
Can we go back to that last play? Back at the 30, it literally almost looked like with his speed, the smoke came out of his feet. It was the dirt from the field, but that's exactly what it looked like.
The trick plays here seem to be working for both teams. Middle Tennessee able to completely flip the field position, starting on their own 25, now taking it into the red zone of FAU. DiViello lines up 2nd and 8, shotgun formation. Alongside of him is Petaway. Fakes the handoff, rolls right, doesn't have anything, elects to take off, gets a block on the outside by Ali, and is able to pick up the first down, which is going to set up 1st and goal on the FAU 7-yard line. We know DiViello is not afraid to take out.
I was just about to say that.
He seems to be more comfortable outside the pocket than he is inside the pocket, and they're able to work outside to the right. He was definitely looking for the throw first. However, nothing was there. Ultimately deciding to take off. Right decision, picking up the first down. Now behind him is Chaton Mobley in pistol formation. 3 receivers to his right, or to his left, 1 to his right. Hands it off to Mobley, runs up the middle, gets a little push by the offensive lineman, who is still pushing him along close to the goal line. Referees have decided he is just short of the goal line. And it is going to be 2nd and goal from the FAU 1-yard line. Great push up the middle by that Middle Tennessee offensive line.
Great push, and Middle Tennessee is definitely on their way of a turn to, finally put some points on the board besides a field goal.
Seeking their first touchdown on the game after FAU was able to get the first points of the second half. A little bit of weird formation here by Middle Tennessee with 3 people in the backfield with the quarterback. Quarterback runs it straight up the middle, and it's a touchdown for Middle Tennessee. Quarterback Mike DiViello gets his first touchdown on the year, rushing up the middle, 1-yard touchdown, bringing it back to a 1-score game. FAU still has the lead, up 17-9, as they now come out to kick. Number 7, Zeke Rankin, coming out to attempt the extra point.
How ironic is that? It seems like the first touchdown you would want it to be a throw, yet he just said, nope, I'm going to tuck it, I'm going to run it in.
He had all the blockers he could ever want, just ran it straight up the middle, head first. Now the extra point is snapped, the kick is up, the kick is good. A little bit of a wobbly kick there, but it does look like we have some extracurriculars, and there is a flag on the play. With that extra point, though, Middle Tennessee does draw it that bit closer. Now a 7-point lead, 17-10, with 7 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Now the referees are deciding there is no foul on the play. FAU is up 17-10 with 7:04 left to go in this third quarter. There's a timeout on the field, so we will take a timeout with them. We will be right back.
we doing? Look, I haven't even moved my notes. I've just been talking.
And we are back. FAU is receiving the kick now, up 17-10. 7 minutes 4 seconds left to go in this third quarter. The back for the kick is Johnny Ford instead of LeJohntay Webster. The kick is off. Johnny Ford comes forward to receive the ball, and he does, and he elects to take it. Brings the ball up past the 25-yard line. Is getting some push by his fellow return team. Brings the ball up about to the
it looks like it's a little scuffle.
28-yard line. It's pushing and shoving back and forth. However, FAU will take over possession at their own 28-yard line.
What?
With 6 minutes, 55 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Look back at the stats. Nick Vadiato, since he's come in the game, is at 12 for 20 with 105 passing yards. Leads their team in rushing, 27 yards with a touchdown, with Lane coming in at 26 yards as their leading reception. Now we have Cozy Perry shotgun formation. We have trips left, one tight end to his left. Hands the ball off to the freshman number 33, Chaton Mobley, who is stopped behind line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 on the play. It looks like we have a Middle Tennessee defensive lineman down. I believe that is number 4 linebacker Jonathan Butler, the junior from Sumter, South Carolina. The training staff is out tending to him, so instead of going to break this time, I'll continue to read off some of the stats up to this point in the game. Cozy Perry is playing outstanding, hasn't had a turnover. His jersey stayed mostly clean outside of when he chose to run outside. Cozy Perry sitting at 18-25, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, and as well as his yards through the air, he has also picked up 25 rushing yards. Johnny Ford is sitting at 49 yards. Had a great first quarter of 41. However, since then has only picked up 8, so his production has started to slow down. We have seen the freshman running back, Chaton Mobley. The freshman has come in. Hey, he's got 22 yards, which we haven't seen a lot of this season. So the freshman getting his opportunity here on senior night. Now with the receptions, Jaquan Burton only has the 1 catch. However, it was one most important throws in the game. That first touchdown on the first drive of the game to give FAU a lead. He has that 1 catch for 48 yards and a touchdown. However, LeJohntay Webster has been used throughout the game in the kick return, in the receiving game. He's been a huge asset for this FAU offense, sitting at 48 yards. Johnny Ford has 2 catches for 42 yards. John Mitchell has 32 yards. Brandon Robinson, 17. TJ Chase, 13. And Willie Wright wraps it up with 6 yards. Now, the Middle Tennessee player was able to get off the field. However, there was a media timeout. So we'll go look at some of the current college football games that are still going on. LSU is beating Texas A&M at home 17-10 with 8 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in that third quarter. Pretty big game here. Oklahoma State has the lead over Oklahoma 24-17. We just saw a top 4 team in Ohio State lose. We just saw Alabama nearly lose. So there is going to be some arguments up for what the Final Four should look like. Of course, Georgia has cemented themselves in. Even if they go on to lose in the SEC championship game, they're not getting bumped out of the top 4. Cincinnati has gone on undefeated as well as Georgia. If they win their conference championship game, there's no reason they should be kicked out of the top 4. However, if Alabama loses, we just saw Ohio State lose, that's going to open the door for some other teams. We're going to see Michigan, I assume, jump back into the top 4. And if Oklahoma State is able to hold off Oklahoma, I can imagine they'll be in the top 4 for the first time this season. We did just see, as I said that, though, Oklahoma tied the game up 24-24. Really good, really important game there with top 4 implications. That game's tied at 24. We now have FAU back on offense, 2nd and 12, 6 minutes, 31 seconds left to go with the clock ticking in this third quarter. James Charles alongside N'Kosi Perry. N'Kosi looks right, looks left, hits James Charles with a screen, makes one man miss, tries to get into some open space. However, he's caught by behind by multiple defenders and is able to get out for a 3-yard gain, bringing up third down on the FAU 30-yard line. James Charles stays in the game alongside N'Kosi Perry. N'Kosi Perry looking to the sideline for the play call. James Charles slides in alongside him on his right. 2 receivers to N'Kosi's right, 1 to his left. Shotgun formation. N'Kosi snaps it, goes out to the right, has a man a little bit deep down the field, and he hits his man with a great pass. Great touch pass there by N'Kosi. 25-yard gain, just crosses over midfield.
And he's slow to get up.
However, and that is LaJohntay Webster. LaJohntay Webster just picked up his 10th catch, and he looks hurt. He's laid out flat on his stomach. However, he's deep into the FAU bench, so no stoppage of play there. Hope to see him get up and able to get back in this game. With a great catch there. However, for now, he's going to be out of the game. N'Kosi in the pistol with James Charles behind him. Hands it off to James Charles, who runs it up the middle and does get upended. Gets upended by number 12, the safety, the leading tackler, Reed Blankenship. He's mentioned earlier that he was inching towards 100 tackles on the season. I don't have that in front of me what he's sitting at now. However, he has done a great job for his Middle Tennessee defense, been arguably their most important player. Now, with LaJohntay still on the sidelines getting help, he's gotten to his feet, sitting on a chair. We have 2 running backs in the backfield alongside N'Kosi. N'Kosi snaps the ball, fakes it to Larry McCammon, gets pressure up the middle, and wow, gets wrapped up for a huge sack on the play. That looks like it was number 20, DQ Thomas, in there with the sack. DQ Thomas has had a few sacks on the season. That is his 4th sack, the second leading sack total on the season. Really, really kills that FAU drive. We're now looking at 3rd and 19. FAU back on their own 42-yard line.
And that was a sack N'Kosi just couldn't get away from. It was almost like a bull seeing red. He was going right for his target. No punt, because they are wearing red.
I couldn't have said it better. He targeted N'Kosi. N'Kosi tried to get around him. However, great tackling in open space. N'Kosi snaps it, looks to his right. Again, great pressure by Middle Tennessee. Forces N'Kosi to throw it deep out of bounds. He was targeting number 89, the senior, Brandon Robinson. However, thrown pretty decently out of bounds, bringing up 4th and 19, 3 minutes, 55 seconds left to go. The punt team, Matt Hayball, coming back out onto the field. Now, we've seen through most of the game, this FAU defense has come out and played really well. However, with Middle Tennessee getting the ball, Middle Tennessee is going to be able to have an opportunity to go down and tie this game. Matt Hayball gets the snap, and again, good pressure by Middle Tennessee. It doesn't really result in anything, but a good punt by Matt Hayball does trickle into the end zone. The returner ultimately leaves it to go. That was number 5, Deontay Stanley, deep back to return, who decided not to return it. Ball goes in the end zone. Middle Tennessee will be taking the ball over on their own 20-yard line. Now we see the sophomore quarterback, Mike DiLiello, coming back into this game. We've seen definitely more of a spark by this Middle Tennessee offense with him in the game. Nick Vadiato didn't have a lot of drive at the end of the success. Meanwhile, we have DiLiello, who's let him down for that touchdown, comes back into the game. Number 44, Chaton Mobley alongside him, fakes the handoff, hits his receiver quickly outright. That is number 9 wide receiver, Jaron Price, who gets the catch. Catch of 2 yards on the play brings up a 2nd and 8 on the Middle Tennessee 22-yard line. Chaton Mobley stays alongside him in the backfield. Number 7 comes across. DJ England Chisholm gets the shovel pass for another gain of 2 yards on the play. You've seen back-to-back plays of FAU being able to tackle without too much of a gain. Now 3rd and 6 here. By Middle Tennessee, I want to get their quarterback, Mike DiLiello, outside, get him into some sort of space. He has been their best weapon so far today, only playing less than half the game. He's been their most dangerous weapon. He's alone in the backfield, shotgun formation, and he had space for an opportunity to run up the middle, which is quickly stopped by that FAU defense.
And I almost misspoke. You literally watched how the D-line kind of separated, and he almost had some room to run, and just like that, he was swallowed.
We saw that there was, as you just said, there was a gap, there was an opportunity, and he took it. However, again, the big boy in the middle, Evan Anderson, I've mentioned his name multiple times across this game, in there with the stop. Now, I think that was going to count as a sack. Evan Anderson going to be giving him his second sack on the season there, forcing a 3-and-out. LaJohntay Webster back deep to receive the punt with the fair catch at the 30-yard line. FAU will be taking over. Minute 54 left to go in this third quarter.
I'm actually so happy to see LaJohntay Webster back up. When he went down near the sideline, it seemed like it was more so of his back getting hit, more so of him falling and hitting his back. But I'm just happy he's bounced back and he's back up.
Yeah.
back.
There's a lot of backs on that. Comes back into the game now. Cozy comes back into the game. Johnny Ford accompanying with him to his right. Two receivers left, a tight end and receiver to Nkozi's right, Johnny Ford alongside him to his right on the FAU 30-yard line. Johnny Ford switches from the right to the left. Zaire Mitchell-Patton joins him from the right to the left. Nkosi snaps the ball, hands it off to Johnny Ford, who runs straight into a crowd of Middle Tennessee defensive linemen and is stopped for either no gain or gain of 1 on the play. Number 88, Jacarius Wyatt, defensive tackle, redshirt junior from Prattville, Alabama, comes up with the stop there, as well as 3 or 4 of his brothers there on the defensive line. And Cozy Perry, shotgun formation. Johnny Ford to his left, trips to his left, 1 to his right, snaps the ball, looks over the middle of the field, has Zaire Mitchell-Patton, but the ball goes straight through his hand as it's dropped. Incomplete pass on the play.
That was kind of like a hot potato pass. He touched it for a second, and then they touched the ground.
Those type of plays, when you can get just a little bit of yardage, you'll take it. If you can make an easier third down opportunity, you'll take it. You take what at worst would have been a 3rd and 5. Now you're sitting still at a 3rd and 9. James Charles checks in the game, and we have multiple players jump on the false start there.
And that looks like this is going to be on offense.
Yeah, definitely going to be on the offense. So that is going to be a false start there on FAU. Not sure if it was a miscommunication in the huddle because we did see multiple people jump off there. However, it would take what, as we said, it could have been a 3rd and 5. Now pushing it back all the way back to a 3rd and 15. James Charles stays in the backfield alongside Nkosi. All-out blitz by Middle Tennessee. Nkosi makes one-man miss. Is getting chased from behind and is tackled from behind after a gain of 7. The pocket quickly broke down. Middle Tennessee was able to force their way in, and Middle Tennessee stops FAU, bringing up another 4th down to see them get the ball back. Matt Hayball comes in the game. Deep back for Middle Tennessee is Jalen Lane. Hayball punts it deep. Really good punt again this time. Backpedaling Lane gets the punt, takes off, receives about his 10-yard line, gets a decent return out to his 16-yard line where they will be taking over possession of the ball with 23 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Jalen Lane is a speedster. He's definitely somebody where it's like you have to watch him. You have to be on him. If you miss a tackle, if you miss, it will be horrible to let him get out.
And we saw what happened when FAU was able to gain some space. We get LaJohntay Webster to get a pretty decent return earlier in the first half. However, the punt team of FAU has done a really good job so far. Matt Hayball has done a good job at shifting field position, putting Middle Tennessee deep back in their own territory. Now, Middle Tennessee lines up. DiLiello passes a quick out to the outside, hits his receiver, number 89, Yusuf Ali, hits the wide receiver screen for another Middle Tennessee first down. Now we have shotgun formation. Middle Tennessee runs the ball right up the middle, gets the outside, number 32, and he busts through the FAU tackle. He's going 25, 20, 15, 10. Stop deep into FAU territory. Number 20, 29, Carell Smith able to come down the tackle. Poor tackling by FAU. Was already a decent play. Could have been stopped at the FAU 40-yard line. However, able to continue his motor, getting downfield. That was number 34, running back Amir Rasul. Kept his feet going, gets deep down in FAU territory. Now, the third quarter has just ended. FAU still maintains the lead 17-10 over Middle Tennessee. As they go to break and switch sides, we will go to break with them. We will be right back. And we are back with the fourth quarter. And for 19 of these FAU players, this will be the last quarter they get to play on their home territory. Middle Tennessee has the ball deep in FAU territory on the FAU 9-yard line. First and goal. The other lines up shotgun formation, hands the ball off, trying to get to the outside. However, FAU is able to contain him with a great stop. Looks like a loss of 3 on the play. Jalen Lane there, giving the ball on a handoff, tries to get to the outside, ultimately ends up in a loss. Now second and goal. DiLiello, again, shotgun formation. His running back, Martel Petaway, to his left. He has 2 receivers, 1 tight end to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right. That receiver comes across the screen, fakes the handoff, tries to run it up the middle, and is stopped for a gain of about 2 on the play.
This is what FAU is going to have to do because right now they're looking. Middle Tennessee is looking like they're back in this game. If they get the one nice play to get them in the end zone.
DiLiello has really offered a different option for this Middle Tennessee offense. Now the ball so close to the end zone. The quarter is sitting at 13:55 left to go. DiLiello looks to put Middle Tennessee in the end zone. Shotgun formation. His running back, Brad Anderson, alongside him. Trips to his left. Looks to the right. Looks to his running back. Has his receiver open, but is hit. And again, the big man who I've been talking about all game, Evan Anderson, with the big play there. The pass was able to come off. However, if that pass was completed, it was a walk-in touchdown for Brad Anderson. The big man is able to stop their quarterback, Mike DiLiello, from throwing a comfortable pass, bringing the Middle Tennessee kicking team on for a 4th and goal.
And the pressure of that hit is what kind of threw off his pass.
It was. The big man has been influential for this FAU defense. Now the kicker coming back onto the game, Zeke Rankin for his 2nd field goal attempt of the game. The snap is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. Right down the middle. FAU now leads Middle Tennessee 17-13. 13 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in this second half.
What a great defensive play, honestly, to hold them at a field goal.
It was really scary to see them march downfield on that one play. Amir Rasul able to take the ball, flip field possession, get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. But then FAU's defense stepped up with their backs against the goal line, forcing Middle Tennessee to put up the field goal. Earlier in the game, if you recall, we were talking about the yardage mismatch. FAU at the time had 180, Middle Tennessee had 40, and now the yardage stats are almost even. Middle Tennessee is caught up. FAU is sitting at 312 yards total, 230 in the passing game, 82 in the rushing attack. Middle Tennessee is sitting at 310, 189 passing, 121. As my analyst here alongside me is bellowing without bellowing, the music going on.
You gotta love rock.
You do. You get a nice college atmosphere. Now, as there is a TV timeout, I would again like to highlight our seniors who have put in a lot of work these last 4 years. Achilles Leroy, Khalif Bryce, holding it down on the offense, on the defense. Willie Wright, James Charles, TJ Chase, Willie Mist. Our leading tackler, Jordan Helm, the safety, out there for us on our defense. Backup quarterback, Nick Tronti, Jeffrey Joseph, Damian Holloway, Brandon Robinson, just to name some of the seniors that have put in a lot of work for this FAU team that has helped them put them in a position where in a few years we'll see this FAU team moving on to the AAC as the Conference USA is disbanded. While they won't be around to see what they've helped achieve, they were an instrumental part and will always be remembered as those part of the teams that worked our way up to the American Athletic Conference. As we are waiting for the teams to come out for the kickoff, I'll take a look back at the rest of the college scores. LSU has extended their lead as the third quarter has ended. LSU is up on Texas A&M 20-10. Oklahoma State have now gone into the half, even at 24. Pitt is on the road. Number 17 Pitt is taking on Syracuse up 21-7. Clemson finally got back into the top 25, 20-0. And number 6 Notre Dame, one of the teams that is hopeful of maybe sneaking in to the top 4 after an early season loss to Cincinnati, are on the road against Stanford. Stanford, of course, has upset Oregon earlier this year. However, this doesn't look like it's going to be an upset. Notre Dame is up 24-0 as the halftime is approaching against Stanford. Now, FAU receives the ball. Johnny Ford with the catch. Gets up past the 25-yard line. It's about the 26-yard line where FAU will be taking over. Sorry, not Johnny Ford. James Charles receives it and takes it out to the FAU 26-yard line. He looks like he's having a fun time.
Absolutely. I love his plaid jacket.
Doesn't really know how to dance, but, you know.
It's not about dancing. It's about the hypeness. It's about, feeling it.
If you say so.
Sometimes music just make you move with rhythm or without.
Certainly without. That was about as stiff of a movement as I could have
You
seen.
think you could do better?
No, absolutely not. But that's why I'm here in the booth instead of dancing down there.
Absolutely. I do both.
N'Kosi Perry shotgun formation alongside of Mobley. Mobley rolls out, gets the pass from N'Kosi. Mobley barrels through a few of the Middle Tennessee defenders, bringing the ball out to the FAU 34-yard line, close to a first down, bringing up a 2nd and 2. Mobley stays in the game alongside N'Kosi Perry. N'Kosi has 2 receivers, 1 tight end to his left, TJ Chase to his right. Mobley again kicked out to his left. N'Kosi fakes the pass, hits his man LaJohntay Webster out to the 44-yard line, which results in another FAU first down.
That's what we need, just to grab.
LaJohntay Webster has been a huge part of this FAU offense now. Just received his 11th pass on the game. Mobley stays in the game, gets the handoff from N'Kosi, however, runs straight into a crowd of Middle Tennessee defenders, gets a 3-yard gain on the play. Three-yard gain brings FAU closer to midfield, brings the ball out to the FAU 47-yard line, 2nd and 7 as the clock continues to roll. 12 minutes, 25 seconds left. That's Christmas. N'Kosi Perry shotgun formation. I believe that is Larry McCammon alongside him to his left. 3 receivers left, 1 tight end left. Johnny Ford comes across from left to right, comes back to the left, gets the toss, tries to get to the outside. McCammon tries to block, however, no block there on the play, no real space. The speedster, the shorty, is not able to get too many yards on the play.
And if he could have blocked that, imagine the different outcome of that play, what it could have been.
Could have got a little more yards, maybe could have got close to the first down. However, we do have a 3rd and 7. FAU up 17-13. The 4-point lead is looking slimmer and slimmer by each drive. A first down here, continuing the drive will be huge for FAU. N'Kosi, shotgun, Larry McCammon alongside it to his left. Brandon Robinson closest to us on N'Kosi's left. 2 receivers to his right. N'Kosi snaps the ball, immediately looks to the right. However, it is a missed throw. The ball is thrown behind TJ Chase, bringing up 4th down. N'Kosi had TJ there. It was a quick slant. If he catches that, it's most certainly going to be a first down plus a couple yards. However, the errant throw by N'Kosi is going to lead to a punt here on 4th down. Punt on the 47-yard line. Matt Hayball is set up on his own 32, while deep back return, I believe that is number 43, Parker Hughes, set up to return. And that is caught at the 15-yard line. I'm sorry, that is number 83, Jalen Lane, as he's been the typical returner for Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee will be taking the ball over on the 15-yard line, which has pretty much been the average spot that we've seen them take the field. We do have an official timeout here on the play. FAU is up 17-13, 11 minutes, 13 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. We will be right back. Even though you guys couldn't hear me, I hope you enjoyed me singing Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Now, Middle Tennessee is coming back. Yeah, I know you did. Shut up. Middle Tennessee comes back. Quick pass out to the left. Hits a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Leading catcher Jimmy Marshall there with the reception as Mike D'Aliello has continued to impress on one of his rare showings on the season. Now Marshall comes from the left to the right, looks left, has a man deep down the field, and is slightly overthrown. D'Aliello was attempting to hit his receiver Jalen Lane over the field. Good play there by number 3 for FAU. Eddie Williams there on the play. Bringing up a quick third down now for Middle Tennessee to try to convert.
They're on it with the music tonight.
They are. Mike D'Aliello, shotgun formation, lines up in the backfield by himself. Trips right, 2 receivers to his left. 3rd and a short 6. We have FAU calling timeout here with 10 minutes, 39 seconds left. Willie Taggart would like to get on the same page with his defenders to try to get the ball back for their offense. Mike D'Aliello has really played well since coming into the game. He's only sitting at 84 yards passing. However, he has 43 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown run earlier in this half. And he's not the best thrower of the ball. However, he provides a dynamic aspect that Nick Vadiato didn't. He provided something extra for the defense to worry about. You're not really concerned about his accuracy being the best in the world, as we've seen multiple passes here that weren't placed in the right position, some overthrows, some underthrows, but he can gain yards. And if you get him in open space, you can be set up in a really good opportunity to score.
Why?
Yeah. We have the team still here on the sidelines for this FAU timeout. Now they are disbanding, coming back out here. 10 minutes, 39 seconds left. This 3rd and 6 will be on the 20-yard line.
And also, we've been seeing FAU defense not only tonight, but this entire season putting up really great stops. Hopefully, this will just be another one and them going back to their norm.
This would be a great 3 and out if we could pull it out. And I will say, Middle Tennessee has done a phenomenal job at keeping Johnny Ford under wraps. In our victories, you can see a clear differential in the stat line of Johnny Ford. He definitely stands out there, getting his yards, getting his touchdowns. We've seen multiple times this year create big plays. This game here, though, not really able to create too much. Middle Tennessee has done a good job at corralling him in space, not leaving a lot of open space to the outside, which is where FAU really looks to run the ball. Through the middle, with this offensive line being not one of the best in Conference USA, don't really see FAU running up the middle too often. Like to see it pushed outside. However, there has been some good help to the outside. Now we see the offense of Middle Tennessee come back onto the field. Mike D'Aliello out there in shotgun formation. His running back, number 32, Martel Petaway, alongside him to his left. 2 receivers either side of him. Now one comes across the screen, hits his running back in the backfield for a shovel pass, and he picks up the first down. Great play design there. Number 89, Yusuf Ali, came from the left to the right, and when the ball was snapped, we immediately looked to him, and then eventually shoveled it to his running back, who was able to go up the middle for a gain of 7 on the play, bringing up 1st and 10 with 10 minutes, 18 seconds left to go in the game. The ball is snapped, handed up the middle to his running back, Petaway, who gets another decent gain in the play of 7 yards, bringing up 2nd and 3 from the Middle Tennessee 33-yard line.
He definitely appeared out of that D-line out of nowhere. It seemed like he broke right through them.
We have Mike DiLiello in the pistol. He's running back behind him. Looks to his right immediately and immediately tries to get out to the left. However, great contain by this FAU defense. Number 30, Armani Eli Adams, the redshirt sophomore safety from St. Petersburg, Florida, with his first sack on the season. Couldn't have been better timed, setting up a 3rd and 7 on the University of Middle Tennessee 30-yard line. Mike DiLiello lines up by himself in shotgun formation, trips right, 2 receivers to his left, snaps the ball, immediately looks right, looks to run up the middle. Jordan Helm comes up with a big tackle. The senior on senior night, his last game on this FAU stadium, Howard Schnellenberger Field, comes with a big stop to force 4th down. Now
What a great stop.
The punt team coming out. FAU is able to stop University of Middle Tennessee, forcing the punt on their own 33-yard line. LaJonte Webster sets up deep back on his own 20-yard line.
Let's see if you can make a play how you did earlier.
The ball is snapped. The punt is up. LaJonte, I think, called for the fair catch. It appears he did call for the fair catch. So FAU will be taking over the ball on their own 25-yard line. Now, I would just like to let you all know that the next timeout I get, we will be switching over to my phone as my laptop is on 5%. Almost made it throughout the game, however, not quite going to make it. So the next opportunity I get, I'll be ending this stream, going over for my phone. So slightly less quality, however, with 8 minutes, 21 seconds, I'd love to be able to finish the game out. This last game of the season, wouldn't want to miss the end of this. But we do have Nkosi coming back out here, shotgun formation, fakes the handoff to Johnny Ford, dives for a little bit of yards, gets to the FAU 28-yard line, and I'm stealing the charger from him.
Yeah, definitely.
FAU is on the 28-yard line. Nkosi in the shotgun formation by himself, looks to his right, hits Johnny Ford behind the line of scrimmage, well behind the line of scrimmage. Blocking outside was really poor, and University of Middle Tennessee was able to come up and get the tackle. Haven't seen a lot of deeper plays by this FAU offense. That I know you're trying to maintain a lead here. However, we've tried so many outside throws that you want to set it up for the deep shots. These deep shots, though, have still not come.
Absolutely. I've been waiting to see that. One of Brandon Robertson or LaJonte Webster, one of them just getting out there, beating their defender and just coming up with the catch.
We've seen it a little bit earlier in the game, and we know that Nkosi has the arm. James Charles alongside in the backfield. LaJonte Webster comes across from the left to the right. Nkosi snaps the ball and tries to hit his man out wide, and again, another errant pass by Nkosi Perry. He had LaJonte Webster at the first down marker, open enough. I'm not going to call it wide open, but it was certainly open enough to fit the pass in there. However, he missed it wide to his right. Matt Hayball will be coming out. University of Middle Tennessee is able to stop FAU to a 3-and-out with 7 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Hayball gets it up. Lane is deep back for a turn. Ball bounces at the 35-yard line. Lane gets it, has space wide open to his right, gets a few blocks, gets into FAU territory, and brings the ball all the way down to the FAU 39-yard line.
Those are the kind of plays that just FAU just can't let happen. It seemed like they thought he wasn't going to run, and just like that, he did.
Middle Tennessee able to get the ball into FAU territory very quickly, bringing it into the 40-yard line before they even snap the ball a single time. Not the best punt, Matt Hayball, who's had a decent game so far today, with a shorter punt that got there quickly. Lane was able to receive the punt, gets the outside, had some space, got a good return of 35 yards, taking the ball to the 40-yard line, where DiLiello snaps it in shotgun formation. hands the ball off to his running back, Martel Petaway. Petaway is able to get a gain of 2 on the play. I don't think we're about to go live on my phone. That's the person who's watching them. So, unfortunately, I've just found out that I'm not going to be able to stream it on my phone. So, we're just going to ride this out till my laptop dies. And unfortunately, the end of this game will not be able to be broadcasted, and you and I, Liz, are just going to be able to sit here and watch as Middle Tennessee snaps the ball and is able to take the ball to the FAU 36-yard line. FAU is now facing a 3rd and 6. Try to get back off the field, hold them to a 3-and-out.
Look at the owl.
Tries to strike some sort of fear in you, I guess. Like the yellow shotgun formation by himself in the backfield. Looks to his left the entire way. Has his receiver over the middle of the field and hits his receiver. Misses 1 tackle. Is able to get some extra yardage. He's pushing the pile. He is still going. Wow. Great route. Great catch. Great push after the catch. Gets the ball all the way out to the 8-yard line.
And Middle Tennessee, like you said earlier, when you said marching, right now they're like running. They are trying to get back into this game, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Middle Tennessee down by 4 with little more than 5 minutes left in the game. Has the ball, 1st and goal on the FAU 8-yard line. Dito hands the ball off to number 44, Chaton Mobley. Chaton takes it down to the FAU 6-yard line for a gain of 3, bringing up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the audio, but we have some FAU coaches alongside us to our right, and needless to say, they haven't been happy in the last few minutes.
It's like one of the great scenes there could be, hearing them right next to us.
Middle Tennessee snaps the ball, gets the pass off, and is that caught for a touchdown to the big man? It is.
Caught.
Wow. FAU was able to get pressure up the middle. Mike DiLiello gets the pass off to the big man. That was number 96, the defensive tackle, Zaylen Wood, the redshirt freshman coming in, trusted to catch the pass. And the call is defensive pass interference. The touchdown is going to stand. Middle Tennessee takes the lead. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left to go. 19-17.
Well, one of those you will hope the penalty isn't on defense, and clearly, obviously, it was going to be.
And from our vantage point, that looks like the correct call. There was some pushing and shoving as the defensive tackle rolled out for the catch. Middle Tennessee kicking crew is in. The snap is good. The kick is good. Middle Tennessee takes a 3-point lead. 4:21 left to go in the 4th quarter. Middle Tennessee has the lead 20-17.
Jacob, why is it so hard to not be biased as an FAU student?
We're supposed to be. This is all sponsored by FAU Owl Radio, who, again, we love the opportunity to get in this booth and commentate these games. However, it's definitely more fun when you get to see FAU come out with wins rather than losses. And after leading the entirety of the game after the first drive, FAU loses control of the lead for the first time in the game. Middle Tennessee takes their first lead with 4 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter, 20-17.
And I have to give it to Middle Tennessee. They actually fought for that touchdown and to get back this lead.
They did. And as I previously mentioned with my laptop dying, I would like to at least give just one more shout out to all 19 seniors: Damian Alloway, Jeffrey Joseph, Nick Troney, Brandon Robinson, Tyreek Tisdale, Desmond Noel, Achilles Leroy, Khalif Bryce, Willie Wright, Zion Gilbert, James Charles, Corell Smith, Desmond Noel, Marcel Southall, TJ Chase, Jordan Helm, Andrew Baselli, John Mitchell, Zaire Mitchell Patton, really like to thank all the hard work these men have put in over these years, and hopefully can take their studies and make the most out of their lives. I'd like to really thank them as on behalf of FAU for the work they put in. These men offered before pregame. It was really amazing to see them out there with their families, with their jerseys framed. A night that they won't remember, they won't forget, but hopefully it can be remembered with FAU capping off the victory.
Well, like the song said, don't stop believing.
don't stop believing. It's a little bit of a challenge. And during this TV timeout, my laptop is down to 1%. So I'm going to sign this off here. I would hate to just give you guys a tease and have it die mid-play. But thank you all very much for listening. It's been a pleasure of mine and Liz here alongside me to talk to you guys. Next season, I'll be back in the booth. I'm sure she'll be on the booth. And on FAU Owl Radio, at least for me, hopefully you two will have our own radio shows coming up starting next semester. You'll be able to hear us on basketball telecast, baseball telecast, football telecast.
Boxing, UFC.
I don't know about that much. I don't think we do that.
Jacob.
I don't know about that. But I'd like to thank the FAU Owl Radio Department, all of FAU. I'd like to thank our seniors. I'd like to thank Jacob Brown, who has brought both me and Alicia into this program. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So thank you to everybody involved. Thank you to the FAU seniors. And thank you for continuing to listen to us beyond this. We hope to put in a lot of work, and we hope to help this FAU radio department to grow. So thank you all very much for listening. FAU did just get the kickoff and bring it out to the 25-yard line. However, I am, like I said, going to end it here. Middle Tennessee has the lead, 20-17, 4:14 left in this game. Thank you all very much for listening. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Take care.